On today's episode, Dan and Manny go into one of the most important cultural artifacts of our time, Mentos commercials, the Fresh Maker. Welcome to the Nostalgia Test Podcast, the show where two longtime friends put their mainstream pop culture past to the ultimate test, the Nostalgia Test. Welcome everyone to another episode, a new episode of the Nostalgia Test Podcast. I'm Dan Dissinger here in LA, and I'm here with my longtime friend and co-host, Manny Coelho. Manny, how are you feeling? Off the break, no Rocky to do.
God, bro hugs. Smeal. People, it's gonna get weird this season. I guess this is another season. We could call this a season. We took a break. We took a break. If you were following us, a Rocky marathon killed us a little bit. And plus, it was time to take a break. It was August. Yeah. It was time to let it go. Not think about the tests, and just hang out and maybe get some inspiration. And our inspiration now, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna be weird. We're getting weird. We're getting into different categories. We asked you guys what you liked. We got some feedback, and it looks like you told me, Dan. We got some music lists. People like the music lists,
and people love the music lists
and food.
Yeah.
I thought we were done with food, but it's cool. I'm down with it.
But I can't wait. Today's not an actual food episode. We're looking at some food. We're looking at food. Thank God we're not eating these.
Well,
and I put it up, like I said, we're taking no prisoners this season. We're taking no prisoners. If it's trash, we're calling it trash. We're coming out.
It.
Hey, just because it's nostalgic,
we're not trying to be nice about it.
No.
Yeah.
Oh. And
if you disagree with us, let us know. We don't care. Bring it, and we'll just argue with you. Just like your Rocky rankings that were terrible. Smeal.
I'm still plagued by those. I'm still plagued by some of those Rocky rankings. I'm still plagued by them.
So how was your break?
I mean, it was all right. It was pretty.
It was good.
I think I was pretty busy. But yeah, it was nice to not have to edit any episodes. And it was good to kind of just refresh, I think. And I think,
refreshing.
I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch.
And really think about our schedule was insane. So every other week is definitely the most humane schedule. So everybody just know that we're going down to an every other week schedule, but we're going to have some surprise episodes here and there coming out whenever we want. So
some hidden episodes. All right. So we're here now. I'm going to be honest. I remember. So we're doing Mentos commercials, ladies and gentlemen. Mentos, the Fresh Maker, 90s commercial.
Mentos, the Fresh Maker.
Dear God,
dude, 90s. Before we even get into Mentos.
Mentos, the Fresh Maker.
Yeah,
jingles.
Yeah,
I don't know about you. Ads now we could skip ads, right? Now we're all about skipping ads. We have streaming content. You're going on podcasts, you're doing it. Ads come up, but you could literally just shut it off. Yeah. So obviously advertisers are thinking so many different ways to hit you with an ad, because it has to be 5 seconds, right? Because we're moving on. When you see something even on YouTube, I could skip it in 5 seconds. So if that ad doesn't catch you right away, you're done. But I feel like the jingles are gone.
Oh, they're gone, dude.
I feel like there hasn't been jingles in a while.
No, just like when we did our 80s sitcom theme songs. Everyone check out that episode, and we talked about the same thing. There are no more songs where I'm just down, and you get psyched. Right now, my body, I was literally oh my God, I need to get up and dance immediately to that song.
Yeah. I mean, the only jingle that, or you want to call it sound so far, that's only because my wife loves Dick Wolf. Anything produced by Dick Wolf. The sound, that bass that comes in for the SVU, everyone knows that. But there isn't really that great of jingles, like especially commercials, man. Like I don't, and maybe it's just because I don't watch that kind of TV.
Yeah.
Or I mean, again, I don't have cable. I just stream everything. I have
Me
all
too.
streaming. You know, of course,
which is
I'm
cable.
borrowing some people's like passwords. I pay for certain things, they pay for other things, right? But even with that, again, the commercials are quick.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really see them.
No.
And I just don't see, I guess the jingles you're getting now is TikTok, right? Like everything's like being given to you through influencers and you're seeing it that way. And but most of them are like songs from our past that are now becoming popular with that generation and used as like to sell something. Yeah. So like, but I love this era. Like I remember like, and we're going to get into these episodes. Like, Irish Spring.
Oh my God.
Double mint gum, red, Kit Kat. Give me a break. Give me like
Big Red.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, but Mentos. There wasn't just a jingle, dude. No. They had an advertising plan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Of remember Adult Swim commercials at one point?
Crazy.
And the campaign was so great in Adult Swim commercials. This campaign, the Mentos Fresh Maker campaign. Like Mentos better. Fresh goes better. Mentos freshness. Fresh goes better with Mentos Fresh and Volatile.
Mentos, the Fresh Maker.
You didn't even have to say anything, and you're like, "Oh, it's Mentos, right?" Yeah. That campaign was crazy,
unbelievable,
because it was so memorable.
Oh yeah.
When you sent me the link, I was like, "Oh my God!" You didn't even have to send me some of the links that I remember till this day.
Oh yeah,
some of these,
dude. When I first started listening to them, I was just like, right away, I couldn't even believe that my brain remembered all the words. All the words. And what was crazy was like, it was so 90s that I was just freaking out. Like the hairstyles, the clothes,
the suits with the shoulder pads.
I wrote that in my notes. I was just like, shoulder pads.
I was just, you were like watching an episode of Friends.
Yes. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. But
the hair.
Dude, that hair, like the bowl cuts for guys and just like the big hair for women. And there's a lot of issues with these commercials I was watching. I'm like, what is happening here? But like, it was so funny how like everyone, the narrative of every commercial was the same. Like, and then when you got to the end, it was just someone's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like they're so strict. And then they're like, oh, you're the fresh maker. All right, that's cool. The fresh maker. I'll let you get by because you have like nobody was giving any tips. Nobody was like, oh, you have mints. Cool.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, you're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to come in, or we're at capacity, or like, no, I'll be right with you. And it's like, you know what? Fuck that. Mint time.
Mint time.
They would pull these Mentos out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Like, where are they hiding them? Because
first of all, that girl with the pocket, the one in her pocket of her blouse. That's a heavy. Like Mentos is heavy.
Yeah, if anyone,
the whole full Mentos.
Oh, the full Mentos packet was just like one long stick.
Yeah, and that's heavy, dude.
It was.
If you have a silk blouse on, that thing is uneven, sticking out to the side. It's falling, especially when you're walking. That thing's just like, whoop, God. Yeah.
Or the woman
you lost your Mentos.
The woman with they like chase them into the street. They get hit by a car, and someone else pulls out Mentos. Like, sorry.
Yeah.
The fresh maker and the cops are like, just keep going.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's cool.
Vehicular manslaughter. Whoa, wait, Mentos.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Don't worry, keep going. But like, even the woman with the blue dress, the dress, and she ripped it. Where did she pull the Mentos from? She has no pockets.
I don't know. I have no idea.
It's just like, where'd the Mentos come from? And
no idea.
You're a dude and you're holding a big packet of Mentos in your pocket. it's like, what are you doing? There's none of this was real. One guy had his shirt tucked in. I mean, we're going to go into some of these. His t-shirt was tucked in. No one tucks their t-shirts in. And it was just an amazing thing to watch. But I think like my favorite part was the music, and the music was just unreal. But I did look up some stuff about Mentos. I had to do some facts.
Of course, I was gonna say, like,
dude,
first of all, there's now Mentos is a whole different company. Like, it's got so many different flavors. I had Mentos mints that I stole from my sister's car. I'm like, oh, they have mints, like just regular mints.
Just regular mints.
But we're talking about when they were advertising this, is the original white, soft, whatever.
Yeah.
I have to go get a wipe. I don't even know what this product is. Mentos. So I was like, I can't wait for Dan coming with his facts, because I'm intrigued.
It's not, it wasn't gum. It wasn't a mint. It was like right in the middle. It was like a jelly bean. It was like a big jelly bean with a shell, like a hard minty shell. And it was really weird. So in the original Mentos only had mint, and then they came out that fruit flavor, which I ate those once as a kid. I ate the whole packet for some reason, and then threw them up. It was over. Like, and that's the last time I ate those, and that was probably like in, I don't know, 1992. Like, it was a big mistake.
Did you look up? Like, I went and like Googled Mentos, and the first things that are coming up is now like this video craze that people put Mentos in Coke, and the Coke like explodes. Or they try to like close the Coke bottle before it explodes. I also saw a grown man jump into a bath full of Coke
with like a bunch of Mentos.
He had a Mentos suit on. He had Mentos suit on, Dan. It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. He took the time to go buy Mentos, make a suit out of those Mentos,
dude,
in netting, it seemed, and jumped into the. Imagine this man took all that energy and did something else. It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life.
I don't understand human beings, but I see what they do. I'm like, how would that even, why would you even come to that thought? Like, what makes you think you wake up that day and you're like, this is the day. This is the day you have to get how many Mentos? Like hundreds of them to then make a Mentos suit.
Hundreds? Dude. It was a full suit. You're talking about almost 1,000, bro. Mentos are like half an inch.
Yeah, they're like maybe like a nickel size.
You got to go watch some of these videos. I'm just like,
we're gonna throw them in the show notes.
This is what they're doing. With Mentos. But let's hear some facts about Mentos. We went on pretty far. Some people may not even know what the original Mentos are, but it is a very strange consistency. Like,
it's
like I kind of like.
It's like gum, but it's not gum. It's just chewy.
It's like a chewy mint. Now, do you still do mints? Do you do like Altoids?
So recently I had some Altoids that really freaked me out. I didn't understand.
Really? See, I like Altoids, but I go through a point where sometimes I just bite them all throughout the whole, like it just crunch down on it, or like let it sit for a little bit.
Yeah.
But Mentos, you just chewed it, right?
You just chewed it.
You're not like sucking on a Mento.
I think what Mentos is, it's like gum that doesn't become gum. So I feel like you're just swallowing gum, and like you're not supposed to swallow gum. So I feel like Mentos is just like gum. It's like unfinished gum, and then you eat it, and now your stomach is just full of gum.
Yeah.
It's gross, actually, when you really think about it.
Smeal.
And it's way too many of them. And it's just like in these commercials, people were popping them left and right. It was like, wait, you ate that one and then you just ate another one? Like, so you swallowed it whole? Now, like, I don't eat mints that much anymore. The only mint that I miss, shout out to our longtime friend there, Dave Cusage, who was on the Kiss of Death episode. Check it out, Kiss of Death.
The Kiss of Death.
Everything involved the locks.
Those Certs mints that was in like that little plastic container that looked like a credit card, and then the corner like just snapped open, and the mint was like minuscule. Those are the mints that I liked. But then they discontinued them because I think they were poisonous. So.
Yes. Spaghetti and meatballs. Those are really good. I like those.
Those are great.
Yeah, but I still do Altoids. I'll say that. But Mentos, I never just. I'm probably bought a couple of rolls of Mentos, but like I fly through them. Like the fruit ones, you were saying they bothered your stomach. Like I was like popping them, like ta ta ta. That's the problem with them. It's like at least gum lasts longer. It's something to like fidget with, you know. But like it is kind of gross. Like I don't know.
Yeah. So
the texture of Mentos is weird.
Gross. It's weird.
Yeah.
But like, this is what blew my mind about Mentos.
Okay, so let's go.
According to Wikipedia, Mentos is a brand of packaged Scotch mints sold in stores and vending machines. Got it. First produced in 1932. They are currently sold in more than 130 countries. Now, the reason that freaked me out, because I was just like, these seemed like new things that would come out like in the 80s. No, these were around since like the 30s. Okay. They're typically sold in rolls, which contain 14 mint discs, although the sour mix variety contains only 11 discs per roll. Smaller versions also exist, typically containing 4 to 6. Now, here's the thing, right? They actually had, and I found this article about Mentos, the history of those strange Mentos commercials from the 90s. And in this article, by Zion Santos, that was published in 2017, they said like many Americans didn't become aware of Mentos until they saw those cheesy commercials in the 90s. But the company had been exporting Mentos to America since 1972. So it started in 1932 in the Netherlands, and then they were exporting them to the United States since 1972. But no one really knew about them. And then all of a sudden, these commercials came out in the 90s, and it just exploded.
Does it say who came out with that idea of these commercials?
So that's blah blah blah, and then hired the German ad agency Pank and Partners to make those iconic ads.
Oh,
then
phenomenal.
I looked up the lyrics and found the writer John Groves, who wrote the Mentos theme song.
Amazing.
And and it's just very simple, like do 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 wah. And then it's just like, it doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life with Mentos fresh and full of life.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Fresh goes better, Mentos freshman. Grass smells better with Mentos full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Fresh goes better, Mentos freshness. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Like, that's the best part, because like they that free shots like Mentos, the fresh maker.
Love it.
Oh my God.
Dude. So of course these commercials blew up. I mean, they're so cheesy and so like, we're using Mentos as okay, fine. Like, you did something crazy, but you have Mentos, so we're okay with it. Like there's a world that exists in these commercials where anyone who's supposed to be following the rules can break them as long as they have Mentos.
Yeah. Do you want to watch one of these commercials?
Oh yeah, no, I again, I didn't need to watch a lot of these.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you told me about them, I was like, first of all, I did remember Foo Fighters did like a joke on them.
Yeah, from the big video.
Yeah. And I remember like the guy who walked through the rich guy's car.
Totally unnecessary.
He couldn't cross the street. Like he couldn't just go around the car. So he
couldn't just jump over the bumper.
Yeah, exactly. And then I remember the guy who like laid in paint, and he now has like a pinstripe suit.
Dude. The first one.
Yeah, the first one. But I remember all these. I remember the woman who broke the heel, but I don't remember a couple other ones. The movie one, the red carpet one. It kind of started coming back to me.
Did you have a favorite one?
Did I have a favorite one? Yes, The Boyfriend.
Okay, let's look at that one.
The Boyfriend is phenomenal.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna hit the Boyfriend one.
Yeah,
here we go.
Okay. Yes, the mom and dad coming home early.
Dude, how
Mom and
old
dad
is
coming
this
home
guy?
early.
It's so dramatic because everything's in slow motion in this one, which
Yeah.
is totally different than the other ones. Because in the other ones, it's just normal life speed.
But you got the thing about them. You have to give it like commercial writing is perfect. Like
Amazing.
there's a big like a plot
Yes.
in less than what, a minute.
Yeah, this is
We
like
know
about
what's up.
30 seconds. These are all like 30-second spots.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So here they go.
All life, nothing gets to you. Staying fresh, staying cool with Mentos fresh and full. All life, goes better. Mentos fresh.
Oh, and the mom's totally cool with it.
Better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos.
Okay.
The fresh maker.
so-
All right.
The Fresh
There
Maker.
we go.
All right. That's it. No, that I thought that was one of my favorite ones because it's so dramatic. Like they're like, how are we gonna get him out? The boyfriend and her, first of all, they're not doing anything bad.
No,
like they're
at all.
not. They're actually in less clothing at the end of this than
Yeah,
before it.
they took clothes off in order to hide that he was in the bedroom
Yes.
and they had clothes on.
Yes.
Why does she have two robes? How did this all happen so quickly?
Yeah. So I want to know. I mean, there's just so much to break down
I have
with this.
so many questions
Like,
about this.
She's got the mask. Where did they get the guacamole for the mask?
That's gonna be more.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you got to check out this
gotta
link
check
of the
this
thing
out.
because
I'm gonna-
basically,
Yeah,
boyfriend, girlfriend hooking up in the bedroom.
sort of.
Mom and dad come home early. This is kind of like a Ferris Bueller type of thing.
Bueller.
She's trying to figure out what to do. She
Yeah.
quickly grabs a Mentos, pops a Mentos. Mentos gives her this ability to move really fast, apparently, and think like really quick about putting both of them in robes,
Yeah.
putting a guacamole mask on her face and his face. So that
Well, no, she doesn't have a mask on.
Yeah, she does in
No, see the
shot.
close. She
back.
does?
Go back.
Oh, no way.
Go back.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Parents are coming
Staying
up.
cool with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Yeah.
No.
No, she doesn't. Oh, okay.
Mentos
She doesn't.
fresh.
She doesn't. But
I
the
look
now,
like a serial killer.
yeah, the guy now looks like he looks like one of the aliens from Cocoon.
Oh, okay. He looks like he has toothpaste on his face.
Dude, and he wraps his towel around his head,
Yeah,
and the father is like, "All right, yeah, it's just two girls hanging out," and leaves.
Yeah.
And the mom sees the hairy legs, and then the mom just laughs. Why? Because she's got Mentos.
That baffled me when I saw this. I was like, she's just like, all right, you mother, you got me. And like,
Yeah.
what is she walking away now? It's like, just do it.
Yeah, no, she's just totally fine with it. Mom's the good one. Dad's the one that was gonna lay down the law. So,
Oh my
but again,
God.
Mentos is meant to give you
Hours.
powers. You
But,
can
like,
get away with anything.
She had the
Mentos.
time to take the Mentos. Like, she's freaking out. She's like, hold on,
Mentos.
Mentos. And then
Yeah,
she
man.
got an idea.
Mentos
she have
slows
the
down
idea-
time.
Did she have the idea before the Mentos? Is what I want to know.
See, I think the Mentos. See, it's an aha. Yeah, I don't know. I think. No, I think she had the idea to take the Mentos.
Okay.
And then the Mentos gave her Adderall type of shit stuff going on. Like, boom, let's do it.
I want to,
Focus.
yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see the moment where like she takes the Mentos and then all of a sudden it's just slapping toothpaste on this guy's face. Just like,
Yeah,
yeah.
they should do commercials now where it's like Mentos and like basically like you're late on like your electrical bill and you're about to be like kicked out of your house.
Yeah.
And like the guy comes to evict you and you're like pop a Mentos and like oh okay.
No, don't worry.
No, you're
Mentos.
good. Mentos.
There's so many other ones. It's like it would be horrible.
It would be terrible, but you could just use Mentos to like get over everything. I love it. So like, all right. So that was one of my favorite ones. The classic one is the paint suit one, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Guy sits on wet paint. He's like, what the hell? And he's just like shaking his head like, come on. I think the painter also is on Mentos.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Because he's so chill about it too. He's like,
on Mentos.
He's on Mentos also. He's been on Mentos because he just doesn't care. He's like, whatever, man. I didn't put up a sign that says wet paint.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
That guy is dressed like such a stereotypical painter. He is literally just like all white and just like, I'm a painter and I paint things. And it's just like, we have to watch this one. Hold on, we'll watch this one.
Oh, I love it.
Here we go.
Okay.
Oh,
no.
God, no.
Whoa, what are you going to do? Oh, what do I do? Hold on.
Wait a second. Mentos.
Focus. Roll around. Love it. I love how he takes his like time to put
that
the lines in.
That was the best part. Yeah. Oh,
and now he looks
Mentos.
like Jack Skellington, like he's going to a Halloween party. And then he looks at the painter, and the painter's like, "Yeah, like, all right, Mentos.
Yeah, you
like,
did it. You did it. You ruined your whole suit.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Whole suit is done.
If that guy walked into, first of all, because the top of it has that line that goes straight across his back.
Terrible.
He turns around. Like, I want to see him all rolling on the front of the suit, because all we did was see him roll on the back of the suit. It's like, okay, you can get away with that. Yeah. I want to see how he had to roll on the front of the suit with his head. So it's like arched in a way so that he gets perfect stripes on his jacket. And then he
didn't even get it on himself.
No.
He doesn't have it on his face.
No. Or
this
his
guy's
shoes.
Not making a deal unless he shows up with the boss, and the boss is like, what the hell is up with your suit? And he's like, Mentos. And he's like, oh, all right, we'll sign the deal.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Clean out your desk. He goes,
people live in a trippy world. This is really like a drug, right? Is that what this is supposed to be?
I seriously, when I was watching this, at some point I started getting crazy because every commercial just starts as like, it's like do 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 do, and then it ends just like do 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 do.
Yeah, I loved it though. It's
God,
like
that one was great.
Yeah, and then what we got? The broken shoe one. No, that was kind of whack. I was like,
that
okay,
guy was such a
the
dick
wedding.
In that one. The
wedding's ridiculous.
Okay, yeah. Let the wedding one.
The wedding's ridiculous because these guys are playing soccer.
Where
these guys
are
they playing
soccer, Manny?
in like what seems to be like the Hamptons, right?
Okay.
And then like they somehow kick the ball over to a wedding that's happening outside. And instead of just being like, oh, whatever, because they look all like adult men, not like kids, not children who really need a soccer ball. And they're like, I know we're analyzing commercials, ladies and gentlemen, but I told you this is going to get weird. But
Italian people.
No,
basically, they're like, oh, I need to go get the ball.
You're right.
But it's on the other side of the huge mansion where there's a wedding going on in between.
But that's my question. Where do they live? Is this a park next to a venue or a house, or do they live in a house?
Go through the beginning of it. I want to see it.
Because they're sitting so
okay. Like breakdown.
Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Ready?
The fresh maker.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So wait, right away.
Dude sucks at soccer.
This guy.
And what is he wearing? None of them are wearing soccer. Like I'm playing soccer outside.
No, they're so close to each other too. And this guy is got his tucked in white tee
with a belt.
So he's like really reinforced that.
Yes.
Okay. Soccer ball goes over. He's like, I got it.
Oh man, what are we gonna do?
Oh, soccer ball. No one sees the soccer ball. The soccer ball flies over a bush. No one sees it. It's just sitting there. People just walking by the soccer ball.
Yeah, and now he's like, "Hey, I gotta go get the
bowl cut."
Oh, look at that hair!
Steal these flowers. Okay. Yeah. And this guy didn't get punched.
No, and then they're like, "Do you know him?" I don't know him. And then the guy's like, "Oh, that's the father, probably." Now and he's like, "Oh, he's getting the soccer ball," and he's like, "Oh." It's fine. He has Mentos. Why couldn't someone just go get the freaking soccer ball?
Why couldn't he just ask, hey, I kicked the soccer ball over the fence at your venue or wherever your wedding is at, and I'm going to go get the ball. Or like
somebody who works there, he's going to get the ball.
Or everyone should just go, who's this guy in the t-shirt? We're all in suits. Who is this guy in the t-shirt that just kissed the bride? Like, he stole flowers. He walked over to her and he grabbed this soccer ball and he's like, yeah, got it.
So here's my thing. Why couldn't you just walk in holding the Mentos and do whatever? You didn't have to do any other things. Like, because apparently the Mentos allows you to do whatever. So you could just that could be your pass. Like, you don't have to show. I feel like they need you to show the focus and power that you have now, and then show, hey, by the way, it was because I was on Mentos. Why not just yo, do you want a Mentos? Because I'll give you a Mentos if you let me just go get the soccer ball.
I can't handle this. I'm literally dying because everything I'm thinking of reality. It's just remember I was talking about this the other day. We all tried to get into bars underage, and we all we're all right, what are we wearing? Let's get in the line the right way. Who's got the best ID? Yeah. What if we just had Mentos and we just walked up to the guy in the front? It was just Mentos. All right, let them through. They got Mentos. They figured it out.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Mentos, they got it.
Or it's Mentos, and then they hit you.
No!
That's the reality. None of this is for real. It's Mentos, right? Okay.
Well, the paint guy, right? First of all, that dude would be so pissed off.
Yeah.
At the painter. The painter looked like he was mad at him. That dude.
Yeah, because he has to repaint it.
That would not end well.
That should be a rewrite. It'd be he sits down, the painter comes over, the music's happening, right? And he's just what did you do? What? Why did you put a sign? What? And then he takes the Mentos out to hit him with the Mentos. The other guy takes out more Mentos, and they just hit each other with Mentos. And then at the end, they're in behind, in the back of a police car. It's
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Mentos.
All this would end terribly, through the car.
Okay, can we look at that one?
Yeah, we can go ahead.
Let me tell you, this one I have a major problem with. This is the one I have the biggest.
You know what's
problem
great?
with.
Why these work is because they're so
dumb,
crazy, and you're thinking about that.
Yeah,
we're still talking about this since the 90s. I remember this commercial. Oh yeah, they were somebody walks through a car. Instead of just walking around the car, they walk through it.
This is the
why
most
is this guy has
one.
Why is this car unlocked?
Exactly, and this is the most aggressive one.
Okay.
This is okay. Here we go. Okay, all right, walk.
Oh, walk. They're running.
Yeah,
and this guy almost takes out somebody's knees.
They're what? Oh, wait, he really chewed that Mentos.
Oh,
nice. Okay, this guy's on the phone.
He's what are you doing in the car? Hey man, I got Mentos.
And he punches.
Mentos,
that one he was really yeah. First of all, I'd be pissed off at that guy. That guy almost took the other guy's knee out.
Well, the one car's in the crosswalk, and this guy comes up. He's on the phone. Obviously, you shouldn't be talking and driving.
This is before that.
This is in the 90s when you could do anything in a car.
This guy gets pulled over by a police and he has the Mentos.
Well,
the cop won't give him a ticket.
Right, because Mentos keeps you safe.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
But
sure.
This one is the most illogical one because he could have just walked over the bumper or behind the car or in front of the other car. It was this car pulls up and it was no other option but to go through this guy's back seat.
Absolutely. We don't see the zoom out of this, but it's rush hour and there's cars everywhere. And there actually isn't any space because he has to go through the car.
Yeah, his friends jet across the street.
Jet as if they were only had 2 seconds to cross.
Yeah, and then they're oh my God, what is he gonna do? And this guy is the most blonde dude on the planet.
Blondest dude ever.
Yeah, he should.
I mean, this was this. You said it was German, right? Was it German advertising? So these actors could all be,
German.
Yeah.
Or
Eastern
Swedish.
European.
Yeah.
In Europe. This dude looks like he's from Iceland. He looks like Thor.
This guy looks like
and
Thor.
he's holding like the hammer right there. He's like, yeah, come on, fuck with me.
I love the face he gave him when he got to the back seat. The guy like looked at him like, "Oh my god, is someone?"
Yeah, like,
he looked
are you
afraid.
robbing me?
I'd be scared. I'd be like, "Holy shit!" I'd be like, "I gotta go." I'd be calling 911. Like someone just broke into the back seat of my car while I'm sitting on the road. But he just looked at me. He's like, "I don't know." It's like, what? Like you're in my way.
There should be like an SNL sketch of like people just getting in trouble for trying to do Mentos things. Like imagine someone just in the car that just gets railed in the face.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Oh my god, dude! Seriously, it could just be like Mentos, the fresh maker, and like everything ends terribly.
Terribly,
like
terribly. People's like bleeding everywhere.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Where's that other one? The one with the
car movers.
Yeah, the car movers. Oh,
the car
god,
movers is ridiculous because
this is classic.
This only works because she has like a mini.
This is the smallest car on the planet.
Yeah,
this car is ridiculous.
This reminds me of like living in Astoria. Like the guy who pulls in. The guy's a dick. He could he needs Mentos.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Because then she wouldn't have been mad at him.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this was like real. The situation I felt was like, oh man, this guy could have literally just like waited for her to like get out or just like back up, let her like pull out. But like this, let's like this one. Here we go. Oh,
love it.
God. Hey, sorry.
And he's like, hey, I gotta go to a meeting. I was the guy with the suit.
Oh, good idea. Come here, people.
Oh, and he's watching her.
Okay.
He's
now,
like,
this is the part. That,
those
like,
3 men are massive.
There's 4 of them.
Oh, 4.
And they're all dressed exactly alike.
Except one of them has like the hanging off.
The hanging overall arm. Like, and I'm sitting there watching this, and I was watching this before. I'm like, there are so many overalls. But you're right. Now that you said, and when I said, and you reminded me about the German thing, these guys are just like, they remind me of something that would be out of like something stereotypically German or Swedish. Like,
dude, these guys
this
are part
guy
of like,
here.
You know where
the
they got them from? The strongmen. Was that the competition with
the
weightlifters?
Like Mr.
World's Strongest.
World's Strongest Man.
Yeah, dude, they came from like there. They were like down the block while they were shooting a commercial. And they're like, hey, can we borrow the 4 of you?
Yeah, like what are these guys supposed to be doing on the show? Are they construction workers?
They might just be movers.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
This is not what the movers look like when I moved.
No, no, not at all.
If you like this podcast and you enjoy what you're hearing, subscribe to the podcast. You can go right to the website, nostalgiatest.com, hit subscribe. You can subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe to the Nostalgia Test podcast.
All right, press play. I want to see. I want to see what goes on. So he's like a banker, right? Because he's watching this happen.
He looks really nervous. Okay.
So here's the thing.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Okay.
What did she actually do in this?
Ate a Mentos? I don't.
She ate a Mentos and got 4 dudes to help her move a car. I don't think she needed the Mentos. To be honest.
No, I don't think she needed the Mentos. And the best part is like she ate 2 Mentos. So it seems like everyone always eats at least 2 Mentos in a commercial.
Dude, but that, I mean,
one for the idea,
yeah,
one for the celebration.
Exactly. But she didn't need the Mentos to get 4 dudes. The 4 dudes are what really need the Mentos because actually nothing was really happening that's that bad in this one.
No.
Like the guy was nervous about what? The 4 men should have destroyed his car.
Okay.
And then looked over and been like, Mentos.
No! Mentos, the fresh maker.
The fresh maker.
A rewrite of this commercial should have been that. Like, it should have been like her eating the Mentos, her telling them, hey, that guy just blocked me in. Can you just go take care of it? And then as the music's going, it should be like, to be them going into the office.
Yeah.
And beating the crap out of
and beating them up.
No! Mentos, the fresh maker.
Like you just destroyed this girl's like day. She's late for work now because
What
you
they-
decided to take up her
They
speed.
should have flipped his car over onto the sidewalk so she could just pull out.
No! Mentos, the fresh maker.
Sure.
And then it'd be like, Mentos, the fresh maker. And she's just like, yeah.
So I think the better one would have been they lift his car, her car goes underneath it, and then they all look and hold up Mentos,
No! Mentos, the fresh maker.
the president. Because like what was he really worried about? What was happening? Nothing was happening to his car.
No.
It's
it
really
was-
hers.
Yeah.
And she just got 4 dudes to have hernia surgery at the end of the
week. Yeah, I don't care how small that car is. These 4 guys are not lifting that car. There is no way.
Yeah, and like when you lift a car is like out of adrenaline, not out of like, oh, this girl has Mentos.
Yeah, tell me,
Sure.
Manny, what is it like to lift the car out of a drive?
I almost had to lift a car the other day.
No! Mentos, the fresh maker.
What?
That's a long story.
No way. Oh,
Dude, my jack bent as I was changing the tire in my pickup truck. Oh my god! If I didn't have the tire
or
like,
Mentos.
halfway in, it was like lopsided. I had to get somebody else's jack,
Oh,
lift that
my
up
God.
to get mine straight. Dude, it was a scary
So
situation.
you had to get some other person's jack, get that jack.
If
the
I had a
car.
Mentos, it would have been even quicker.
See, that's the thing. I think what I'm learning about everything in these commercials is that everyone needs to be carrying Mentos.
The fresh maker.
Yeah.
Like the only way to get through life is to carry Mentos. If there's problems, carry Mentos. If you're late for a job, carry Mentos. You'll figure it out.
Can we do-
anything?
Can we do just like one more? The ripped dress one?
Oh, it's a good one. Okay, here we go. Rip dress.
Ripped dress.
Okay. All right.
I love this intro.
Here we go. Oh. Oh God. Is that the?
I know that face.
Yeah, she's from like. Two Mentos. Oh. But where did they come from?
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Do you know who that is? I think she was in that show Criminal Minds. She's like the wife for the main character. Who
My
then
God,
gets
she might
murdered.
be. Did
Yeah.
you notice that there's an actress that's in the ticket one, the movie one? She's in a lot of things now too.
Yeah.
Go to the movie one.
Yeah, she's like the. Well, is there anything you want to say about this one? Because I don't know where the Mentos came from. She's pulled them out of nowhere.
That one's kind of basic. I thought it was the dress is too clean to be okay with it.
Yeah,
It's like she had a scissor, basically.
yeah, that
Again-
is just falling apart in the end. I mean, there's no way. That
Again,
dress
like
is
we're tearing up like something. Obviously, it's an advertisement. It's supposed to make you think about the product.
Mhm.
They did a really good job. Like I have
Oh,
to
yeah.
say, like it's ridiculous and none of this is true. It's just great to like think that like when you're thinking about if you're sitting down as a marketing agency and you're like, yeah, let's just make it that like it's a positive look on life, keeping everything fresh.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like you need the Mentos to do that.
Mhm.
So it's like almost like the glass is half full all the time if you have Mentos.
Right, and you're blonde most of the time.
You're white and blonde.
Yeah, this is.
I didn't want to get into it, but
but
switch these roles up.
Oh yeah, I wrote. That was one of the things I wrote as I was watching. I was like, "This is Mentos white entitlement." Like, I was
Yeah. Dude, but look where this is not shot in the United States. This is all shot in Europe, and you can tell.
It's like, yeah, because it's like a European 1990s European version of like what they think America's like. Like,
Yes.
oh, Americans just do these things. Like,
Yeah.
they go to rock concerts and then let's go to that. That's the one.
Oh,
with
the rock
with
concert's pretty
That's
good.
the one with the ticket person, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
You know the
Oh,
girl.
Oh my God, here we go. Yeah. Oh, one.
And the friends are that girl. She's
that
in a lot
woman.
of things.
Yeah.
She's a woman.
Oh, so there's no more tickets. And he's like, oh, but I want to go to the concert. Oh, Mentos. I mean, when he bit that, he looked like he ate the wrapper.
Yeah.
He didn't pop the Mentos. He literally like bit it open. All right. So here we go. Sneaks in, puts a bandana on, where did he get it from? Hey,
And she's watching.
this guy's like, oh, you have a bandana. You must be a roadie.
And she's like, that's right. While I hold my hundreds.
Okay.
Dude, it's great though, because like think about they would just think about any situation and be like, oh yeah, it ends up you just do this and you have Mentos. And they're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's try it. Like imagine they had one like a woman's pregnant or something, and the dude's like pretends to be a doctor. And he's like, Mentos.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
It's like, did you just deliver that baby for that woman? Don't worry, I got Mentos. Cool.
The problem is, it's like everyone in these commercials, especially when they do something to get over on a person, it's like there are no repercussions because it's like, oh well, I'm not gonna try. Like that woman literally is like, oh well,
yeah,
have
like
fun.
Like whoever the other person is that they're doing it to, they're just like, oh, you got me, thank you. Oh,
you got me. It's just like, bro,
oh what? Yeah,
he just snuck into the concert, but he didn't just sneak in. He made himself a roadie.
Yeah.
And these other roadies like, oh, he's got a bandana. It's like Superman. It's like he puts on glasses and you don't know who he is. Like
Perfect.
This guy put on a bandana and it's like, oh, you must be a roadie. You have bandana on.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Yeah. What's the restaurant one?
Oh God, this one actually kind of made me angry because it's like, dude, this guy's busy. Like, relax. Here he is. Right? The waiter's just like, hey, the waiter's doing his job. I'm thirsty. What should I do? Oh, Mentos.
Oh, and he makes himself the waiter.
Yeah.
And then the waiter's like, what the hell?
Oh, okay, Mentos.
Oh, that's so funny. That's great. You just took my job, you asshole.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
People are getting fired that day because like, why'd you give that dude who you know doesn't work here anything?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That one pissed me off because it's like, dude, this guy's just doing his job. Wait, you just got there. And then he like ripped the thing off the table, and made it an apron. Like,
yes,
you would trip right over that. It wouldn't just be an apron. It's like, I gotta go. And the woman he's with, she would be like, I'm so embarrassed. I'm out of here.
What are they were just waiting for water.
Yeah, they just got there, basically.
Mm-hmm. So are we going to go through all these or you want to?
No, I mean, we don't have to go through. I mean, if there's any of the other ones that you wanted to like look at.
I don't know. The other ones are, red carpet was good.
Okay.
Let's do red carpet.
Dude, this one.
I like this one. This is pretty funny.
Yeah, this one was pretty funny.
Ooh-ah.
This song is unbelievable.
It's only.
Like,
oh no, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, that guy.
And he's like, oh I have a camera in my pocket.
Yeah.
I turn my hat around and start taking pictures.
Yeah, like over the top.
And then the doorman's like, hey, you got me.
The next scene should be him getting tackled.
Yes.
That's it. It shouldn't be like, but here's the thing about that one that
what
really
is this one?
The boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
The thing that confused me about the red carpet one was like, so his friends cheered him on and now he's inside.
Yes.
And they're not.
He's just impressing his friends, dude. He's like, yo, check this out. I could get in. And they're excited about it.
Now, do they have any Mentos?
No.
So they just get to stand outside.
He's the one that stopped at the bodega and got it. Those Mentos have been there for a long time.
Oh, man.
And this is a perfect time to take a little bit of break from the show, from this test, from these tangents. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a plug, Dan, if you don't mind. I'm one of the owners of Lithology Brewing Company, located in Farmingdale, New York. We're a New York Farm Brewery. We're a nano brewery. Come down. We got 12 rotating tap handles going. Go to lithologybrewing.com for more information or follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Lithology Brewing. That's LITHOLGY Brewing. So here's the thing. How are we testing this? Smeal.
I mean, I was thinking about it as I was watching it. And I'm like, are we testing the commercial or like the effectiveness of the commercial or like the song? I feel like there are many layers. I think like for me, like I'm going through it being like music, the idea of the commercial maybe, and just kind of being like, I mean, there's still commercials that I see, right? Like the progressive commercials with Flow. Like I still see those on TV, right? Like,
yes.
Geico commercials, but they really abandoned their really funny commercials, in my opinion. And are there other commercials that are good? I mean, I feel like the only time we get good commercials is during the Super Bowl. And even those I don't watch anymore.
Yeah, but those are kind of becoming disappointing as well.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah,
They're becoming
this is
sad.
a lot. I mean, think about it. We get content every day now, so it's a lot harder. Like this used to be like the fun content, the fast 30-second content.
Yeah.
Now that's what you get all the time.
Yeah, like I get like 30-second content now when I listen to like How Did This Get Made? Shout out to Paul Scheer. Come on the show.
I mean, I get 30-second content listening to you, Dan. So like,
wow.
So
I get your 30-second content with the
I'm just saying,
right?
Exactly. I'm just saying, like, it's so hard to be like. I feel bad for marketing people now. I mean, I don't feel that bad, I guess, but it's just like to come up with something original that you would have to charge for, right?
Yeah.
Because like now it's like, well, somebody could just like have their dog pretend to sing along to like a Miley Cyrus song, and people are like, oh my God, they just say it, and then like put an ad click on it. Oh
my God, just that.
Right. So like this was like for the time, this is the content. It's 30 seconds. Some of it was 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
So I have to say the way I was going to test this was, is it a memorable? First of all, it's nostalgic as hell. It reminds me of the 90s. It reminds me of the Foo Fighters. They made fun of this. It reminds me of that time.
Yeah.
Did it ever make me get Mentos? No, I don't think so. I mean, I have bought Mentos throughout. I don't know if I've ever bought like a full thing of Mentos. I've had it. I know some people who've had it. So did it do a good job of bringing Mentos to America? Obviously.
Yeah.
Did it do a good job of making me remember it? I'm like, I'm 40 and I'm still remembering something from back then.
Yeah.
That like, as soon as you told me about this, that we were going to do this.
Yeah.
I remembered all these most of them, not the Power Rangers one. I think that's a lie. I think it's the Punch.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. There's no way that's
but like,
real.
But I remembered all of them and how ridiculous they were. So like, I was like, well, does it pass the test? Like, is it nostalgic now? I think the jingle and like just the content, as in like how ridiculous it is to say that like Mentos is going to do this for you, works. I think it's like, we're still talking about it.
Yeah.
The whole idea of ad is to make people think and remember it. We're still talking about it. Whether or not I'm going to go get Mentos it doesn't matter, because like eventually one day maybe I will, just because it's constantly in my brain. Like I know Mentos because of these commercials, not because of the Coca-Cola challenge, of the guy jumping into the tub, but because of these commercials. So I say it passes the test.
I'm going to agree with you, because like, even when I was thinking like, how are we putting Mentos commercials to the test? But then I was just like, wait, like the Mentos commercials are super effective, because immediately, as soon as I heard the song, I was like, I'm in. And it's not that I'm in and I'm just like, I mean, okay, yeah. After a while, it just got funnier and funnier and more enjoyable and just more ridiculous. And you're right. Like we were able to talk about it for about an hour to kind of go like, to break these things down. Like they're like perfect 30-second sketches.
Perfect.
And so like, to me, it was like, in fact, the one that was fake was the one that I hated the most.
Yes.
And I was just like, come on now. Like
it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It didn't make any sense. It didn't fit into anything.
0 sense. And that was the problem. But like, I feel like overall, like the Mentos commercials passed the nostalgia test, oddly enough. Like it's so weird that we're sitting there going like, we're gonna pass like the Mentos commercials. But yeah, why not? Because like, I think if you played those for people, even if they have never had Mentos or know what Mentos are or whatever, that I think they would get a lot out of it. I think they would think it's funny.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Think how ridiculous it is of what you're trying to do with mints.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
But like I thought it's perfect. I like you said, like best, like mini skits. Like they're mini movies going on. You know what's going on. You get it right away. It's a skill to tell a story that quickly.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And they're all funny and ridiculous, and they're super 90s. And I think to me, like the 90s are just a perfect time to do something. It reminded me of something that like, the music reminded me of this theme song.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah. Minute on your crying.
Mentos. The freshman.
Exactly.
Like that's yeah. You're right.
The Growing
It's
Pains
that-
theme song and the Mentos music were like so close because when I heard it, I was like, oh my God, it's just like right there. It was like,
yeah, I thought, I mean, again, well, I'm going to repeat myself here, but it has everything we like, me and you like in nostalgia.
Absolutely.
So to me, it passes the test. Flying Colors, like it's totally 90s, totally jingle that it's a good jingle. It wasn't a shitty jingle. If it was a shitty jingle, I don't think we'd be like, oh, you remember how terrible those commercials are? Like, it is a memorable campaign. And I still think it actually would work if you updated like the scenarios. It would be so bad it's good. You're like, that would never happen. But even back then, you'd be like, that's so stupid. But you're like, oh, but I get it. It's funny. Like, you know.
Yeah, so. I think like they passed the nostalgia test. Mentos, good job. Pank and what was the other guy? It doesn't matter.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
The advertising company that created it. Would I eat a Mentos? That's for another episode. Can
we test Mentos out?
I'm thinking like somewhere down the road, which means maybe soon, we might have to do like a mint and gum episode or a mint episode, then a gum episode. And I'm not looking forward to that because it's probably going to give me a stomachache because I don't really chew gum anymore either. So, but yeah, I think I would put Mentos to the test and see how they hold up. But if I'm remembering the way they were, it's weird. It's like a weird candy. It's like when you eat a Junior Mint and you're like, why am I eating these?
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Like you're not supposed to.
It's kind of like mint. You know the corn candy for Halloween that nobody really eats.
You know,
it's like that consistency. It's a little bit of that consistency, but it's mint.
Yeah. I was thinking, I'm like, should we do a candy corn episode? And I'm like, I don't know.
No,
I already hate it.
Did it ever pass? Was it like who eats candy corn? I know there's people who like love it.
Candy corn, and I think they have some things that they need to reflect on because it's not good. It never was. I don't like
candy corn.
But yeah, so Mentos passes the nostalgia test. All these commercials will be in the show notes. Manny, welcome back. Here we are. I'm looking forward to
getting weird, Dan. This is different. It's going to be different, guys. We're going on crazy lists.
Yeah. So let us know.
Send us the weirdest you could think about.
Yeah. Send us some lists. The nostalgia test at gmail.com. Hit us up on Instagram at the nostalgia test.
You're not fully clean unless you're fully clean.
Oh my God.
Remember that guy?
Dude, we're going to have to put a list of commercials together for that because like so many soap commercials that don't exist like that anymore.
No. You're not fully clean unless you're fully clean.
Oh God, they don't have these commercials anymore. Because like the way they sell soap is just like, you know, some weird thing where we have to see people in a shower, but it's not like they're having fun in the shower. You know what I mean? Like Irish Spring, like as soon as you put the soap on you, you're in a meadow.
Oh my God.
And is it the one Irish Spring when they cut it with a knife?
Yes.
Why are you cutting soap with a knife?
I don't know. That's dude. I'm telling you, back then the advertisers thought about everything. I mean, that's what happens when you mix like Coke and stuff.
Get Mentos.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
You come up and like, all right, next, cut the soap with a knife. Next shot, knife soap. Go, cut it.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Holy nostalgia.
All right, people. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please tell us what your favorite Mentos commercial was. We'll have them all in the show notes and let us know your thoughts on Mentos. Was it memorable? Does it pass the nostalgia test for you? And and we're looking forward to new episodes. We're coming at you. So see you in the next test.
Later.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. Please subscribe to the Nostalgia Test podcast to know when new episodes drop. Don't forget to leave us 5 stars and a positive review so more people can find the podcast. Share your thoughts and memories on today's topic on our Twitter at Nostalgia Test and on Instagram at The Nostalgia Test. Tune in next time because you never know what pop culture will pop up on The Nostalgia Test.